We cannot describe action scenes as a sequence of motions, but as a sequence of emotions in motion. Choreographing a fight scene is like writing a story without words. You just let the framings, the expressions, and the actions do all the talking. It would ride on top of tense tightrope, inevitably breaking free into a clash of ideals, competition, and drama, all while in a mask of adrenaline. Now imagine that adrenaline, pushing its limits, hitting a speed past 100. Motorsports is interesting, because while you are just watching a piece of metal moving unbelievably fast, it's the layers beneath it that add together into a one-of-a-kind experience. The spectacle of speed feels marvelous because beneath these machines are humans who built and drove them. And beneath those humans are hearts driven by a relatable passion. And it's these human endeavors that makes a story admirable. An element that Ford vs. Ferrari and Speed Racer remembers. While both stories portray artists struggling to maintain their identity under the whims of a corporate figure, it is the styles and approach that separates these movies as something unique, painting the thrill of racing in unforgettable colors.
When you're making a movie about Ken Miles, a renowned British racing engineer, and his ultimate race at the 1966 Le Mans, you only have so much to work with. While you can portray the life of Ken Miles as a character, the real challenge lies in the racetrack, portraying the tension and excitement that Ken Miles had to go through inside of a car during a race. Ford vs. Ferrari incorporates practical effects and traditional props in order to fully emphasize its grounded reality, often going as far as attaching complex riggings around functioning car models just to gather as many footages as possible from various camera angles of other cars themselves and even close-ups of the characters driving it. The race's expressions and thoughts accumulate from a series of actions done to their race cars. Through editing, the movie weaves a sequence of shifting gears, pushing pedals, rising speedometers, and even accentuated camera angles of the cars and drivers to build up dramatic tension. It is also thanks to the implementation of powerful sound effects like the screeching of tires, the roaring of engines, and the hissing of turbines in metal that helps transform these cars into living beings.
That one.
And with that sublime musical score, composed of tense rising percussions and a staccato of guitars that lead into a triumphant rush, we have ourselves the cathartic feeling of speed.
Speaking of speed, why don't we take it up a notch? Straight into a realm that doesn't abide the laws of physics. Take the formalities of Formula One and NASCAR on one hand, and the absurdities of wacky races and Hot Wheels on the other. In a distant, retro, futurist world where race cars performing kickflips at the speed of sound is an international sensation, Speed Racer grasps onto the idea of racing and throws it straight into space. But even with such grandeur, Speed Racer suffers from mediocre to poor receptions during its release. Even so, the movie was never ashamed of its identity, fully embracing the manga and anime roots to deliver what truly is one hell of a ride. The creative process of the movie is rigorous, going so far as to designing hundreds of fake brand logos, race cars, utilizing green screens, mechatronics, and many visual effects and computer graphics, to create outlandish worlds and backgrounds that reject common sense, filling every nook and cranny with memorable personalities. These saturated settings rarely feel stable too, frequently played around throughout the story to create warped and exaggerated perspectives. Even during any race, Speed Racer would use hyper-stylized editing to visualize information, whether crucial and or flavorful. Frames would pan, pull, zoom, and smear into and from anything, like a character's reaction and point of view to their thoughts and memories, defying space and time seamlessly to forge an over-the-top, comic-like experience.
When you enter the theater to watch a racing movie, what is the first thing that will you be looking for? Is it the adrenaline feeling of speed? Or is it the exciting look and spectacles that only race cars and other automobiles could offer? Ford vs Ferrari and Speed Racer are movies obsessed with racing. They are movies that understood the excitement and joy that racing could offer intimately beyond its surface appeal and celebrates it to everyone. And ultimately, racing is just another form of passion. Beyond every veneer of passion is a human who's giving it all. Beyond every veneer of passion, there is a heart so obsessed with its craft, riding on the road towards self-actualization. It's out there, standing beyond the horizon, and only through blistering speed will we see the perfect lap.